Welcome back to Travel Guide Official. This is Simon, and in today's episode, we have an incredible adventure, as I am taking you on a journey that will make travel history into the stunning island of Corsica. Located in the middle of Mediterranean, this island is full with natural resources and good number history segments, plus a large touch of culture. It is where the hills embrace to touch feet of sea, and in every corner a tale. Let us therefore look at the top 10 sites that make Corsica a darling to all visitors. We will start this journey with ancient civilizations whispering stories of grandeur and end it by exploring awe-inspiring natural landscapes that sit at the very soul of this magical island. The adventure starts at Calvi, a historical paradise located along an enchanting bay. This town is an enchanting mixture of Genoese elegance and French grace. While you are proceeding through the quay, fresh Mediterranean air takes up your lungs, and the height of a stately fortress induces an impulse to venture deep into its maze. In these walls, the stories of olden days become real, from presumed origin of Christopher Columbus to Corsican battles and sieges that developed it. Take a walk through quaint residential district that leads you right into the town of cafes, boutiques, and pastry shops for an underpinning on everyday living. And of course, the panorama from the citadel is amazing. One can observe all town and its nature landscape. We then land in the enchanting city of Bonifacio, which sits on high white cliffs. This town is remarkably laid back, with characteristics for natural beauty and historical richness. The houses of antiquity balance on the precipice and present a landscape that cannot be reproduced. Among them are the boat tours around Bonifacio that allow one to see how high the cliffs tower over land they reach, while others call attention, not merely because of their height but also due to her hidden caves beneath. Walking on the narrow cobblestone-covered medieval streets is like walking into history. Medieval buildings share such tales of victories, myths as well, the long-lasting approach towards life by everyone from Corsica. Bonifacio is not about being solely a place you visit, but to be the site where history goes under your skin and arouses images in every traveler's heart. Our next destination is lively Ajaccio, where the history mingles with modernity under the Mediterranean sun. The city of Ajaccio is the capital of Corsica and has a good reserve in terms of cultural heritage. Streets are vibrant and full of life, with people busy in hectic activities on a daily basis, while the historical monuments remind miscellaneous history endowments. The Fesch Museum takes the visitor on an artistic journey with its rich collection, while Bonaparte House offers a peek into childhood of one history's most prominent figures. It is not simply a city, but rather the heart of Corsica, with its pulsating life that beckons one to join and find what exactly lies beneath Amiens. As number 4 on our list, we have the beautiful Gulf of Porto. This UNESCO World Heritage Site stands as a proof of the pristine beauty Corsica is endowed with. The Gulf forms one of the most magnificent natural beauties, such as Calanchi Cliffs and Scandola Nature Reserve. Forming a formidable island scene that appears alien, these cliffs have an impressive tinge of red and seem to shoot powerfully from the water so clear they are transparent. Scandola Reserve is a marine reserve that can only be reached via the sea, a habitat for various species of aquatic creatures, and has some of the most superb opportunities to snorkel in Mediterranean. The Gulf of Porto is a natural masterpiece which can serve as an opportunity for placid emotions and insight into the rebellion soul of Corsica. Our journey reaches the halfway point when we get to Bastia. This city is a true embodiment of Corsican and its spirit. The old port, full of typical boats and paddling cafes, is the right spot to catch a glimpse at the atmosphere in town. Here, the markets are full of life with all types of smells around sounds and hues. These markets represent a wide range of products, from fresh local food to careful created crafts and souvenirs made by craftsmen. Thus, they are actually the reflection of life in Corsica. In this way, Baroque churches with a complex arrangement and profound historical background remain standing to remember the ancient cultural glory of Bastia. The whole city, as you walk through it, tells the history of Corsica in every corner and on every street. Bastia is not a city for it to be, but Bastia is the something alive history, culture, and Corsican power. Number 6 brings us to magical Cap Corse. Corsica is a microcosm stretched forth into the Mediterranean. Everything Corsica represents can be found on this strip of land. These highlands, defined by quiet hamlets, medieval fortresses, and barren watchtowers that rear up like sculpted outcrops of boulders from the undulating ground plan, speak softly but clearly about when these shores were patrolled against enemies. Cap Corse en route is a scenic drive itself. The sea on other side and mountains in one, this certainly takes you to an exotic world of beauty. Take breaks at the little wineries and indulge in something made locally, a sign of how much agriculture this island has. For the venturesome, Cap Corse's hiking trails bestow a rustic encounter with nature guiding along varying landscapes while providing picturesque vistas that will leave one astounded. This area of Corsica is a showpiece for native splendor and the value that human endurance can have on history. Our number 7, Sartin, comes out as one of the most boasting Corsican pride. This town, its stone buildings and crisscrossing streets, is reminiscent of the past. Sartin is a silent city, and as you walk through it, one cannot help but feel the centuries of history in its stone. Every building, every street has seen Corsican centuries lives through, from the battles for independence to folk festivities and honoring. The square is a center point of the town life, where history and modernity come together. From Sartin, where the landscape stretches beyond, and to the far reaches of a time untouched by technological advances, with panoramic horizons glaring at an unending sea rain, continuous reminiscences of timeless beauty. This is not a town one simply drops in on. It's an odyssey right into the bowels of typical Corsica. Number 8 on our list brings us to the peaceful town of Leros. It is actually a Mediterranean paradise, with its beaches as golden and waters azure. Named after the red reef islets that dot its coast, the Red Island hasn't lost any of its popularity despite the builders moving here several millennia ago. The sunseekers and water sports lovers consider the beaches found here a paradise. The real heartbeat of Leros is the markets. They do not only sell but represent local culture. A piercing part represents all things Corsican, from cheese to charcuterie to objets d'art. When visiting the symbol of a lighthouse, one gets not only some portion of marine past, but also an image that shows off Leros at its best. However, this town is more than just a beachside retreat. It's an active and friendly community whose atmosphere fully reflects the relaxed island life that everyone has come to appreciate. 9 takes us to Corte, the historical center of Corsica. Corte, located in the unyielding bosom of mountains, was once a capital city on this island when it ruled much outlying regions, and has remained to these days as an epitome for Corsican identity. The citadel is set high on a rocky projection and not only provides an education in history, but also some of the most stunning vistas over Corsica. The valleys and peaks that environs it make a nursery of adventure for naturalists, the tracks moving into its untainted interior. Corte is not just a municipality, it's the symbol of unbeatable Corsican character. The local museum offers information about the special culture and history of this island, while the university provides an aura or youthfulness in town. Corte is a site of confluence in which history and contemporary life, nature and culture are intertwined to create something uniquely Corsican. Last but not least, at number 10, we are impressed by the grandness of Aiguilles de Bavella. These sparkling granite spires are a marvel of nature, chiseled by climatic forces into theatrical peaks shooting high above the clouds. The surrounding countryside is a palette of rough beauty, with the points and contours those peaks providing clean lines against the softer greens. Its hiking trails in this area are some of the best to be found on Corsica, taking wanderers through dark forests and stealing past tumbling mountain streams, or leading them upwards towards vantage points with simply stunning views, panoramically speaking. Presence of Aiguilles de Bavella is not a place. It's the meeting with unspoiled nature overpowering everything by its beauty. This is a destination that educates and motivates, making the people feel humbled by what nature has to offer, hence creates stronger bonds. So here it is, our virtual trip to top 10 mandatory must-see places in Corsica. Every place that we have visited today provides a special insight regarding the interiors of this incredible island. Corsica, from the quaintest of its village streets to depths of astounding beauty in its natural landscapes, is an island that fosters diversity and awe. It is my hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I did. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave the notification bell on, as we will be traveling more together with Travel Guide Official. Signing off is Simon, your guide through the global treasures. So until we meet again, continue your journey of exploration and find the surprises that lie at each turn.